Some guys will be like, ew, no, she's too skinny. If I was this skinny, my mom would let me drink oil, raw oil. I hated myself. I hated myself so much. Skinny is not good enough for me. Bony bones. It's literally what it is for me. 1,250 calories per scoop. Guys, I was sick. Welcome, my beautiful people, or should I say, my royal squad, back to my channel. This is your Queen Angel, and today I have a story for you. So it's not going to be a very exciting one, and it's one I've put off for the longest because when I think of it, my heart, it just starts to hurt. I know, I don't want to be dramatic here, but yes, let's get right into the story. So this story is about my weight gain journey. Since I was young, since I was born basically, I've always been very skinny. Like guys, like you see here, like even here you can see I'm losing a bit of weight, but I'm not saying being skinny is bad. I was bony skinny, like bony. Because of that, I was bullied a lot, and I was called a lot of names. Especially if you're in a country like Ghana, where they cherish, you know, the big booties and the thick thighs, you know, the thick everything, thick everywhere. Yes, you are bound to get bullied. I had a very fast metabolism. Now it's kind of slowing down, but my metabolism was like, so because of that, I do not want to walk. Like, I don't like walking because I always felt like if I walk, even just a tiny bit of walk or exercise will make me lose weight. And it was kind of true. Like guys, it was just crazy. I was called all sorts of names by friends and family alike. And sometimes when it's your family, it hurts more, but they don't know that they are hurting you, you know. In tree, we have all sorts of names. Atia, Afia, Wafon. Oh my gosh, Wafon. That word is a tree word. That felt like they were stabbing me in the heart. That Wafon word. Wafon. Yeah, it really did. Names was called skeleton, I was called anorexic, I was called bony. Some people were like, even skinny is not good enough for me. Bony bones. It's literally what it is for me. I'll put pictures around, you see how I was, because I really was like that. So I hated myself. I hated myself so much. Like, the number of times I tried to commit suicide is just insane. I know it seems like quite a, like, why would you want to commit suicide over being skinny? You know, especially some people might wish to wear skinny, but I wasn't skinny. I was really bony. And yeah, the thing is that if I were invisible, that would be fine. But you see this face? This face, I was born with this face. I was born with this face. So this face was still there. I missed all the bones taken out of my face. Yeah, this face was still there. I had no cheeks. My cheeks look. So I even thought I had half cheeks. I don't even know what the heck that is, but yeah, I thought I was meant to have no cheeks. But look at my cheekies now. I wish I was invisible, but I was not invisible because I was pretty. So because of that, like, it's just so annoying, especially in school. Like the teachers would be calling me their wife and blah blah blah. And if I make one wrong move, then they use my insecurity, my skinniness against me. And the guys too. Sometimes when the guys are ranking girls, you know what they do. And sometimes some guys will say, oh, what about Angel? Like on the prettiness scale, like it's just so weird and I can't. But some guys will be like, ew, no, she's too skinny, blah blah blah. And I remember we took school photos, like yearbook photos, and everybody took headshots. And we had like a picture of it. Everybody sent it home, and then some girls came, and I was sitting on my own, and one girl was like, oh, she showed it to her mom, and she asked the mom who is the prettiest, and the mom pointed to me, and then she was like, ew, no, not this girl, you should see her in real life, she's so bony and ew. Once I was literally sitting there, and they were like laughing, and I was also laughing, because what should I do? If I don't laugh, I'll cry. Like, I was like, do you really think this is funny to be literally telling me this? There's some good moments too, but sometimes when they are even good moments, you just remember the bad ones, right? Yeah, and it's been 10 years since then, and I still remember. And it affected me so much. I was so insecure. And even now, I tend to be insecure about my body. Usually when I find myself losing weight. I was so insecure and I was shy. I was already a really, like, I am a very introverted person. I like to be on my own. But because of this, I didn't want people to see me. Like I said, I wasn't really invisible. So I really wanted to be invisible. So because of me and my best friend, we are both very shy. So we would be hiding behind each other. She was not skinny, she was okay. But she's also very shy as a person. So we'll be hiding behind each other. Whenever we are going anywhere, it was just so weird. But me, even though I was shy, the main reason for my shyness was because I was so insecure and I lacked any kind of confidence in my body. And my legs, I've always had really long legs. And the skinniness was so much present on them legs. So I always hated my legs. I always hated them. Recently, when I started working out, I was like, ooh, I actually would have some really nice pair of legs. And now I start to, show them off and try to be more grateful to God about my assets that he has given me, because so many people would want legs like this and I'm only 5'4", yet I have long legs. Like, let's get to the weight gain story. So I tried everything. So I remember one girl, she was like a friend, and she told me that, how are you so skinny? If I was this skinny, my mom would let me drink oil, raw oil. I was like, that's something I've not tried yet. So when I went home, I took an oil in the cup and I drank it. I was like, ew. But from then on, I had like a rubber, like a sack, small sack. I pour oil in it because we didn't have much money anyway in Ghana. I think I'll tell you my life story later. But we didn't have much money. So I had to pour the oil and put it aside before we actually ran out or whatever. But I just couldn't do it. It's just... I was on Google looking for ways to gain weight with drinking only water. Because I hated eating. Like, I've always hated eating. And because in Ghana, the foods I like are sweet foods. I just like anything sweet, chocolates, pizza. But in Ghana, there's not much surplus of that as Ghanaian foods. And they are good, they are yummy. Yes. But especially when I was younger, I didn't like them. I just didn't like them. So because I didn't like them, I won't eat them. And when I don't eat them, I lose even more weight. And also because I was a very unhappy child because of the whole my mom and dad divorcing, and I was really struggling to make ends meet. So because of that, I was very unhappy, stressed. All that also led to the weight loss. Yes, I'll drink oil, bread and peanut butter, like the things that I could find in Ghana. Bananas, I couldn't have a lot of that because we had to share the food. So I always wished I had my sister's metabolism, because she kind of loses weight easily and she kind of gains weight easily too. So I was like, oh my Lord, why didn't I have her metabolism? But yeah, everybody's unique, right? I always wanted to come to this country because I was like, when I come to this country, then I'm going to show them. In movies, like when you grow, then you glow up and then you show your bullies. Oh, that was my fantasy story. I was like, I have to do this. So I came here when I was 16. So when I came, I was like, time to get this done. This body is changing. This body, you are not going to be here no more. So I started my weight gain journey. I was researching, counting my calories, adding oil, but I'll make shakes. So I found one shake. It was like, add rice, you make rice porridge, milk, avocado, banana. At first I was just making the shakes because I didn't have money, but banana, eggs, anything fatty, lard. I don't know if you know what lard is, but I just found out it was very fatty. So I was like, I don't know what you are, but I'm going to add you to my shakes. It's so disgusting. Oh my Lord, my mind has actually gone back. So I'll make them a lot in one big pot, and then I'll put them in the fridge, and I'll keep drinking it small. And I was like, this isn't working, because I was not actually counting the calories, because I was like, I was pouring it small. So I wasn't having that much calories. So I was like, nah, I have to do it once at a time. So I know exactly the amount of calories I'm having. So sometimes I'll make shakes. Bananas have how many calories? 100? My word, I've actually forgotten now because I don't count my calories a lot. 70 calories, one egg. Avocado, like 300 calories. Milk, so 150 per pint. Oh my word, I've forgotten all that, but I knew it in my head. Like, so I'll pour that until I get to like 1,000, then I'll eat it. Then I'll be like, I have to eat food worth 1,000 calories. But you know the worst part, when I would drink those shakes, I will not be able to eat. I will not be able to eat. Oh, it's so annoying, man. I was like, because when I drink those shakes, because it's 1,000 calorie shakes, it's a lot. So it's like, so I kept drinking it from morning to night. So I had no time to eat. So it's like I had 1,000 calories, and if I have 1,000 calories, I'm gonna lose weight. It was just crazy. So I said, nah, I have to find another way. Then that's when I came across protein shakes. And also here, I was not being bullied. Like, the mental kind of bullying that day took me over when I was in Ghana. And it was not just school, it was everywhere. But when I came here, even though this place, like when I was in Ghana, I kept hearing that, oh, when you come here, people are going to like you because people like model kind of look, the skinny model kind of look. But when I came here, I was still too skinny for here. I was skinny. So because of that, also the worst part was when I was in Ghana, when people would be like, my mom is not feeding me and my mom is eating all my food. And I think because me and my mom were doing a reverse, like the stress and the struggle was making me lose weight and making my mom instead gain weight, even though she doesn't eat much. So when I would hear things like, my people be like, my mom is eating all my food, my mom does not give me food, and my mom is a bad mother, blah blah blah, then it would just make my heart like, so painful because my mom is the best mom ever. So when I came here in church and the rest, people would be saying things like that, oh, why is Angel so skinny? And the name Angel became synonymous with skinny, extremely skinny. Even till now, when I think of my name, I just think of that. And yeah, the only thing in my head was to get fat. I didn't care about my weight. I just wanted to get fat. I just wanted to get some fat on my body. I didn't care. I was even envying actually obese people. I was envying them because I was like, if I was obese like that, guys, I could count my ribs. I could count each and every. When I lie down on my back, my sister would just be pointing on my ribs. 1, 2, 3. It's 12. All of them. I could count them. Like, it was just mad. Nothing fitted me. So let me continue the story. So when I came here, it was like that in church and places where it has Ghanaian people and the rest. But the shakes were taking effect. Because I could not see the effect, but they were taking it because I was not as skinny. I'll show you a picture, my before and then. I was not as skinny. That time I was 16. I was not as skinny as when I was like 14. So, but I was not seeing it because my mind was just on a certain goal that I have to get fat. So I didn't care. I didn't know that it has to take steps, for the fat to accumulate, I didn't know that. I just wanted to have a goal that I just want to gain weight. I don't want to look like myself, basically. So it kept accumulating, and then I got to know about protein shakes, like protein powder. So when I got to know about protein powder, especially serious mass, it has 1,250 calories per scoop. I was like, so if I just take a scoop of that, I'm done. I went to buy it. Before I got to know about that, I found other shakes. I saw one shake called weight gain shake, and my mom saw it and she was like, oh, Angel, blah blah blah, why are you trying to gain weight? Why do you want to destroy your body? Why don't you love your body? Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh mommy, you don't know what I'm going through. Like whenever I buy those protein powders, my mommy, I try to hide it from my mom because I don't want her to find out. I talk plenty. And it took all my money, like 50 pounds, 60 pounds. Oh my word. At least serious mass was like 25, but I found out about it later. And then yes, I took the serious mass. And yeah, I started gaining weight. But I was not realizing I was becoming skinny fat. I had like a lot of fat on my back and my under chin and my belly. I started getting so much of it, but I thought that I just needed to put on more weight to balance it out. I didn't think it was fat that was accumulating and I needed to shed it. I just thought that like when the fat happens, goes on every other part of my body, every part of the body will be leveled out. And because I had a very straight waist, because I had no fat, so I felt like even though the fat was accumulating and my waist was looking even more bulkier, I had to put on more weight, more fat on it for the curve to come. Like my mindset was just all over the place. So I just kept taking more of the serious mass, and I was gaining more weight. And then I went to sixth form. And yeah, there I was still very skinny, but I was not as skinny as before. And I remember one guy, he was coming to start. He was like, "Oh, theangelmarfo, you know, remember that word? You are so skinny, blah blah." And I was just smiling. I was like, "My guy, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know who I was. You don't know how I was. Like, what are you saying? Me? Do you know how I was like?" It just made me smile. Like, like this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Fast forward. But yeah, I still hated myself because I was still very skinny, because I have very small bones. So any amount of fat, even when I have excess fat, I still look small. You know, my frame still looks very small. And that's what I hated. Fast forward to uni. I was like, I'm in uni now. I have all the freedom. Even if I buy any weight gain powders, my mom will not see. I have to gain weight before I go back home in December. So, oh my gosh, guys, I tried everything. Like, the meals I was eating, I wake up early in the morning, and I have literally 9 to 5 lessons. I wake up early in the morning at like 7, cook hefty breakfast, bagels, eggs, especially with the student finance, that's what I was doing. Eggs, avocados, milk. I'll eat that before I go to school, uni. And then I'll take my lunch with me with rice, with meat or something. When I come back home, I'll eat again. And then I found another diet called gomad. 1 gallon of milk a day. A day. So I had to drink 1 gallon of milk. So I started doing that. I was like, whoa, I've seen people putting on weight with that. I'm going to do it. And I don't know how the gallon of milk looked like. I thought it was the big milk. I said 4 pints of milk that you get from Aldi. So that's what I was buying. I was buying that. My money, no wonder my money went. No wonder I had no money. So I was buying that every day, and I was drinking that every day. It seems so bizarre to me. How was I doing that? Oh my lord. Okay, yes, I was doing that. But no, it's supposed to be a gallon. It's supposed to be way wider. So I was doing that. I was putting in my bottle. I was drinking it every day. And guess what will happen when you do that? Your belly will be so full, you cannot eat other foods. Exactly. So I was losing weight. And I saw a pill, a weight gain pill. It was called CBD. I don't remember the name, but I'll put it here. I put it for like 70 pounds, guys, from America, because it has so many promising results to gain weight. I had it. I was taking it every day. I was not gaining no weight. Oh my lord. I really did everything, guys. It's like, oh my lord. Okay, I'll try the last solution. Apetamin. So before all this, I had known nothing about apetamin, but I heard about the risky side effects. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. But it was November, and I'm going back home in December, and I have to show all those people in my church and whosoever and all the guys. Because another thing was like, people were like, Angel has everything, but if only she gains weight, she'll be that girl. So I wanted to be that girl. So it's like, now I have to gain weight. I have to gain weight. So, and it was November. I was like, nah, I'm doing this. So I took it one day. Yeah, I was very drowsy and everything. And I took 5 bottles in 5 days. And guys, that's way too much. I don't even know why I took so much, because I was taking over the limit. They will say take 10 mls 3 times a day. I'll take 20 mls. Guys, at the end of the week, I think I put on like 10 kilos. Oh my gosh. Guys, I was... This can't be me. I was so excited. You have no idea. I was over the moon. And with apetamin, right, if you stop, then you start to gain weight. So I continue buying more bottles. Just in like 2 weeks time, I took 10 bottles. So I took some home, and come and see everybody. My mom was like, Angel, what happened to you? Like, everybody was shocked. Actually, when I went back home, I had lost weight again. And then I started, yes, the apetamin, even though I took it, I had to eat too. But this time, when I eat, I gained the weight. At first, when I was drinking is protein shakes and the rest, the serious man's protein shakes, I gained the weight, but it doesn't really show that much. See, because I have a small frame. But when I start taking the apetamin, the weight will come on me. In like 3 days, I look thick. So when I went back home, I had lost weight again, but then I started taking serious mass and the apetamin again. And then one time my uncle, he was like, Angel, wait, like this the first day you came. He said that 3 days later you look so thick. I was like this, you just didn't see me. And I went back to church and all the guys was like, oh, yeah, but my belly was like, it was big. But I didn't care. I have my thick thighs, I have my booty. Oh yes. Ugh, I forgot for all this. But basically, I had a complex about my butt because my butt was flat because I was very skinny back in school. And I remember in like a kind of big book, yearbook kind of thing, one of the bullies, a guy, they wrote me as having the widest ass. It's like sarcastic with Angel widest ass. I was like I was devastated. Like my heart, it was like they put a knife through my heart. And it was a book that, well, I didn't know about it, but their group, the popular gang group, who be looking at it, and it really hurt. I have a story regarding that guy. Another story. How my bully fell for me. You guys should watch out for that. Yeah. When I went back home, all the guys were all over me. They were like, oh, Angel, blah, 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 my family and the rest. And I said, nah, I have to continue this apetamin. So I continued. And yeah, I was getting skinny fat. But I loved how I looked because even if I was skinny fat, I was still thick. Until 2019. That's when I realized, I'm really skinny fat now because I was so small, yet my belly was so big, and I was like, nah, I have to get rid of this belly. Drastic angel with a drastic method. Like I'm so ambitious, like over ambitious. So if I want something, I go for it, no matter what happens. And yeah, that's a very toxic trait to have. So yeah, in 2019, I said I'm going to lose all my weight down to how I was before, when I was extremely skinny, because I had my ribs were showing. I had totally flat stomach. I'm going to lose it all down to there and then gain weight again. Start it over again with apetamin. So yes, I went on that quest. I did all military diets, egg diet, dry fasting, 3 days dry fasting, 10 days water fast. Guys, it was immeasurable. And that, you remember in 2019, no, I went to uni in 2018. So 2018 December is when I came back home and everybody was doting over me for gaining weight. So in 2019, I went to Ghana in June 2019. And people were like, oh, you've gained weight, blah, blah, blah. And I was still taking apetamin in Ghana and my stomach kept hurting. Guys, it's so toxic. And then when I came back again from Ghana in September 2019, when we came back to school, that's when I was like, because whenever we're in school, people don't know me. So I'm like, this is when I'm going to lose weight, because I didn't want to lose weight and people to see me lose weight. It was like a death sentence for me to lose weight and people will know me, see. So when I was in, I was like, this is why I'm going to do it. So that's why I was doing all my diets. Okay, so let's see what's in my fridge. Okay, so these are fruits, oranges, apple. There's only one left. Side. Oh, my chocolate milk, my vanilla milk. I cannot even. Yes, I did everything and I was so miserable. I was so depressed in 2019. And that's when I didn't know how my student finance and everything. Our link it above. Me and my sister spoke about it. I was so miserable. Because I didn't have my student finance, I didn't have money. It was like, I'm going to use this opportunity, having no money, to not eat, so that I can lose all the weight. And I heard about gym, but I was like, there's no way I'm going to the gym when there are so many guys there. Like, nah. And the toxic part. So I lost weight. I really did. From September to December, I lost weight. I lost a lot of weight. But the week before going back home in December, I took apetamin again. Because remember, I wanted to lose all the weight and gain the weight again with apetamin before going home. But even though I lost the weight, I didn't lose the weight as fast as I thought I would, losing all the stomach. But I was like, nah, I can't go home looking like this, frail, and nah, I have to take apetamin regardless. So I took apetamin again. And then when I went home, like this time I looked better. Because even though I had the losing weight helped with framing my body more. So yeah, I looked more shapely and nice and everything. So I went back home in 2019 December, came back to school again in February 2020. And we all know what happened in 2020. I feel like that was a blessing. Because in 2020, I was doing it again. salt water cleanse, a fruit cleanse, a keto diet, carnivore diet. Guys, I tried everything. I was not losing weight as fast as I wanted, but I was losing the weight, and it's so toxic, guys. No. If you guys want a separate video where I break down the diets I was doing and why they are toxic for you, tell me. I went back home 2020 March because of, yeah, I don't know what to say, but I went back home then, and then we have some weights at home, like weights to carry. I was like, okay, fine, let me try weight training, and that's when I tried weight training, and guys, that's like the best thing ever. So I started gaining weight in my thighs because I wanted my thighs to get bigger. Remember, I wanted bigger legs. And I started gaining, my quads. I was like, oh my word. So yes, that's what I've been doing. I've been slacking off, but now I look much better. I look much better. So even when I lose weight, my thighs don't look skinny anymore, my legs. And that was the most visible part of my body. So I'm so happy about that. And yeah, I wish I could say I'm done and now I've reached my goal. But no, I'm still on that journey because I became skinny fat. The stomach, for the belly fat and everything, and I'm working on it. But I'm also working on loving myself more and loving myself for who God made me. And yeah, God made me beautiful no matter what I am or no matter how much I weigh. And that's what I want you guys to learn today. And no matter what people say about you, or no matter how much you're bullied or everything, God loves you and He's more than enough for you. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed my story. Yeah, because of that, I didn't want to get into fashion because my money that I was spending on clothes, I used it on food anyway. Because I felt like when I get a perfect body, when I gain the weight, that's when I'll get into fashion. Guys, I forgot to say this, but remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and wait for my next video. Bye. Before I went to uni, I started getting into subliminals, and guys, do not do this. Like subliminals to let you gain weight. I thought it was like psychological, and that's what people say, it's psychological. So when you will your brain to do something, then it will happen. But I was like, how is that possible? That I'm just listening to something over and over and I'm not eating more, yet I was able to gain some weight. It made no sense, guys. And it just looked so like spiritual. Like, guys, do not attempt, because I was imagine what I was opening myself to. All sort of spirits. Like, guys, no. Even though my sister will advise me against it, I'll call her dumb. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know how that was happening, but I was gaining weight and it was not a good kind of weight. It was skinny fat kind of weight anyway.